This is a story time about how I almost died on a roller coaster. So me and my aunt went to Six Flags for the holidays and we planned to get on one of the roller coasters. So when we arrived at Six Flags we got ice cream and then we headed towards one of the rides. So we waited at the line for the ride, and when it was finally our turn to get on the ride, I sat on the seat and I buckled up, and that's when the ride started. So while we are on the roller coaster I realized that I didn't buckle myself tight enough, and then I started to panic, and when the roller coaster went upside down I almost fell off of the seat, but my aunt grabbed me and made sure that I didn't fall off. So that is my story, and I am never going to get on a roller coaster ever again.
I was in class on Zoom. I wanted to go to sleep, honestly, because when I'm tired, I go to sleep. I end up falling asleep, and then class ends and everyone starts leaving the class except me, because I was in a whole other universe at this point. I was dreaming, I was flying. At this point, me and the teacher are alone in the call. This is the best part. Then the teacher starts talking to me and he's like, "Samantha, wake up. Samantha, please. Samantha, you have another class." So he woke me up, but I was half awake, so I didn't really know what was going on. So I thought it was my brother waking me up, and I straight up yelled. I was like, "You fat booger." And so then I realized I just called my teacher a fat booger. And now he scheduled a parent conference.
So it's another day at VS. We had a promotion for a free bag. If you spend $75, then you get a free bag or free tote. That's something that often happens at VS. So this lady comes in and she's super excited. She's shopping around, racking up her bill so she has enough money to get a free tote. Little does she know, I'm at the register giving away my last free tote. She comes up to me like, "Hey girl, I got my bag full. I got my 75. I'm ready to get my tote." I'm like, "I'm so sorry, miss. I actually just gave away the last one." You would have thought I just told her that I murdered a family member of hers because she was tight. And she's like, "Oh, really? So what are you about to give me? Because I'm spending 75 today, so what do I get for free?" She's like, "A shirt? A perfume? I need something. I'm not leaving without it." Like, "Miss, I'm sorry, we don't have it. It's up to you if you want to spend the $75, but we have no more gifts. It's while supplies lasts." So after debating back and forth with her, like, "I'm sorry, I can't just give you a free perfume. I can't just pick a shirt off the wall and give it to you. If you look at the coupon, it's this promotion is only while supplies last." So she's like, "Well, can you call some of the other stores? I want to see if they have the free bags left." I'm like, "Sure, I mean, I guess I can call, but they're not going to let you just come to the store and get a free bag. You have to spend the money at their store." She dismissed that idea pretty quickly after she realized that she would have to go from our mall to another mall to possibly get this bag. And she didn't have any time to drive. So she just decides to refuse to leave the store until somebody gets her something, because she is just so entitled. Of course, I have to get my manager involved, and he's like, "Look, let's just get this lady out of the store. Give her something. What do we have back here?" So I'm digging behind the register, and we just so happen to find this old tote bag, not the one that we were promoting, an old one. So she spent the 75 and got that random tote bag just to keep her quiet.
This is why you should never go scuba diving in a big group. This is a picture of Tom and Eileen Lonergan, and on January 25th, 1998, they had no idea what was about to happen to them. They wanted the chance to scuba dive in the largest coral reef system in the world. So they set sail with 26 other people and went 25 miles away from the coast of Queensland, Australia, which was their original location. Tom and Eileen only thought they'd be going scuba diving for 40 minutes and they'd come back up and then they'd go back to their hotel. So after about 40 minutes, everybody boards the boat and they go back to Queensland. The next day, another group of divers go out to the same location, and one of the divers found dive weights at the bottom of the ocean. They didn't think anything of it until they couldn't find Tom and Eileen. It had been 2 full days until anybody even noticed that they were gone. The people in the group with them just assumed they were out doing stuff or seeing Australia. People wanted to check on them to see if they were okay, so they went to the Lonergans' hotel room, and sitting outside of their door was their luggage. And that is when everybody realized they left them behind, because it had been 2 days and their luggage was untouched. Running out of time, but part 2 coming right now. Part 2 of Tom and Eileen Lonergan's disappearance. So yes, they had gone scuba diving in the largest coral reef system in the world with a very big group. And after 2 days of nobody seeing them, they started to get worried, so they ran to their hotel room, and their luggage had been untouched, sitting outside of their door. A massive search went underway, and both air and sea teams went to go look for the couple for 3 days. Rescue members found their diving gear ashore along with a dive slate. A dive slate is basically an easel or whiteboard that you can write on underwater. The slate said, "To anyone who can help us, we have been abandoned on Agincourt Reef, Reef 25, January 1998, 3 p.m. Please help us, come to rescue us, before we die. Help." But sadly, Tom and Eileen's bodies were never discovered. Like any group, it's way safer to go scuba diving in a group of like 3 people because it's a lot easier to see that you're missing one person because there's only 2 of you left. But this was a group of 26 people. So whose fault do you think it is, and do you think they're really dead? Do you think it was the captain or the scuba diving company's fault? Do you think it was the group's fault, or do you think it was Tom and Eileen's fault?
This is a story time about how I almost drowned. So it was a Sunday and me and my brother decided to go to a public pool because it was really hot outside and we wanted to cool down. So when we arrived there it was a lot of people, but we didn't mind. So at the time I couldn't really swim, so I just sat by the pool and talked to people while my brother swam in the pool. So while I am talking, this girl comes up to me and pushes me into the pool, but I couldn't swim, so I started to drown, but luckily I was saved by a lifeguard. So after that happened, me and my brother told the girl's parents what had happened and we left the pool. So that is my story, and this won't happen again because now I know how to swim now. But thanks for watching.